I recently came across this ancient Greek poem that goes like this. It says, "When your mind hurries ahead of you into the future, it forgets the present and is never satisfied. It always wants more and more and more." We live in a world where we have to be constantly striving for more. But what if the secret to happiness lies in the art of letting go? What if true joy can only be experienced when we learn to stop chasing after the carrot at the end of the stick? That's exactly what Stoic philosophy teaches us, especially through one particular exercise, which is the art of letting go during orgasm. Today, I'll share with you the powerful reasons why practicing this can transform your life. Welcome back, everyone. You are watching The Daily Stoic. I'm your host. Every day we send out a free email with a quote, a journal prompt, and an action item from a Stoic philosopher. You can sign up completely for free at dailystoic.com. Epicurus was right when he said that pleasure is the beginning and the end of the good life. And there is no greater pleasure than sex. In fact, the great Stoics like Cato believed that sex and friendship were the two pillars of a happy life. But the key to experiencing the fullest measure of pleasure during sex, according to the Stoics, is to learn the art of letting go, particularly during orgasm. See, the Stoics believed that the path to happiness lay in living in harmony with nature, and part of living in harmony with nature meant embracing our natural urges and desires. But they also taught us to control our passions and not let them control us. This may seem contradictory, but it's not. The Stoics weren't advocating for a life of self-gratification. Rather, they were teaching a life of balance, where we allow ourselves to experience our desires, but we do so with awareness and control. One of the most important things to understand about orgasms is that they are involuntary. You can't consciously force yourself to reach the peak of pleasure. It happens to you. And this is where many people miss the point when it comes to their own pleasure. They try to force themselves to reach the finish line faster, like a horse pulling a chariot. But in doing so, they actually delay their climax. This is because trying too hard to reach the finish line creates tension, both in the body and in the mind. And tension is the opposite of relaxation, which is necessary for the body to physically relax and for the mind to let go of its control. The same thing happens in sexual relationships. When we try to force things to happen, when we have a specific outcome in mind, like a particular type of orgasm or a certain amount of time, we create tension, and tension kills pleasure. On the other hand, when we learn to let go, when we allow ourselves to just experience what's happening without trying to force a specific outcome, that's when the magic happens. That's when the body and the mind both relax into the experience and allow pleasure to flow through us. So how does one practice the art of letting go during orgasm? Well, it starts with intention. Before engaging in any sexual activity, set an intention to be fully present in the experience. This means letting go of any distractions, any thoughts about the past or the future, and just focusing on the here and now. It also means releasing any expectations you may have about how things should unfold. Remember, the goal isn't to have a specific outcome. The goal is to be open to whatever the experience may bring. Next, pay attention to your body. Notice any sensations, any tensions, or areas of discomfort. This is crucial because the physical body often holds on to emotional and psychological tensions. So, by bringing your awareness to your body and releasing any physical tension you may have, you'll also release the emotional and psychological tension that comes with it. As the experience begins to unfold, continue to stay present. Don't get lost in thoughts about the past or future, and don't try to force things to happen. Instead, let things happen to you. Allow yourself to surrender to the experience and trust that everything will be okay. Finally, embrace the unknown. Don't try to predict what's going to happen. Don't try to force a specific outcome. Instead, be open to the possibility that something new, something unexpected might happen. Be open to the unknown because it's in the unknown that we often find the greatest pleasures in life. Now, I know that this sounds all well and good, but you might be wondering, how exactly does this relate to my life outside of the bedroom? How can letting go during orgasm help me in other areas of my life? The answer, my friends, lies in the power of presence. When you learn to be fully present in one area of your life, whether it's in bed or at work or with friends, you develop a skill that can be applied to every other area of your life. You see, the problem with many of us is that we're often distracted. We're thinking about the past or worrying about the future. We're mentally checking out of the present moment, and that's where life is happening. When you learn to anchor yourself to the present moment, to be fully engaged in whatever you're doing, you become more alive. You begin to experience each moment as it unfolds without trying to change it or control it. And that's where the freedom and the joy lies. But the benefits of practicing the art of letting go during orgasm extend far beyond just being more present. When you learn to let go, you become more vulnerable. Vulnerability is the cornerstone of all human relationships. It's in being vulnerable, in being open and honest about who we are and how we feel, that we connect with others on a deeper level. But vulnerability requires a certain level of safety. It's hard to be vulnerable when we're worried about what others think of us, when we're afraid of being judged or ridiculed. But when we learn to let go of those fears, when we learn to embrace the unknown with trust and openness, then we create the space for vulnerability to thrive. And let's not forget about the importance of self-awareness. When you practice the art of letting go during orgasm, you become more aware of your body and your mind. You learn to tune into your sensations, your emotions, and your reactions without judgment. And this self-awareness is a powerful tool. It allows you to understand yourself better, to empathize with yourself, and to treat yourself with kindness and compassion. It also allows you to recognize and challenge your negative thought patterns and beliefs, which can lead to personal growth and self-improvement. This is why Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on living in harmony with nature, on embracing our natural desires, and also on controlling our passions, is so relevant today. It provides us with a roadmap for living a life of balance, a life where we allow ourselves to experience the full range of human emotions and sensations, but we do so with awareness and control. So, my friends, I encourage you to embrace the art of letting go, not just in bed, but in every area of your life. Let go of the need to control every outcome. Let go of your attachment to specific results. And in doing so, you'll discover a new sense of freedom, a new depth of connection with yourself and with others, and a new level of joy and satisfaction in your life. If you enjoyed this episode, check out this other episode on Marcus Aurelius on dealing with desire and accepting what happens. I think you'll really like it. Speaking of checking out other episodes, you can also check out the Stoic podcast. We've been talking about the death of George Washington and looking at his example and what it means for us to be fearless. And finally, if you want to learn more about Stoic philosophy, but you're not sure where to start, we have 2 free guides that you can download at dailystoic.com/getstarted. One is a 7-day email course that introduces you to the basics of Stoic philosophy, and the other is a reading list of the most important Stoic books and where to start. You can get both of these for free at dailystoic.com/getstarted. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Chi. Remember, you are never too busy to have a great day. See you tomorrow.